Hello and welcome to this short little video where we are going to look at some of the key nouns from the 1000 Noun book. And today in this video we're going to focus on the topic of strategic management. Strategic management means the very highest level of management in a company, right? The people who actually make the decisions about how the company will operate. Okay, so this is the highest level of management, usually department directors, the CEO, people like this, the CFO, the COO. These are people who are involved in strategic management. Okay, and we're going to look at the keyword opportunity. Okay, we're going to look at how to use this word opportunity to talk about strategic management. But first, let's have a look at some of the other words that we can use to talk about this topic. Okay, if you look here, you can see some of the other nouns in the book that are suitable for the topic of strategic management. So let's have a look and see what this says. In today's competitive business environment, strategic management plays a vital role in guiding a company through complex situations and toward sustainable growth. A sound strategy begins with deep analysis and assessment of the market, identifying key factors that influence success, such as finance, customer needs, and competitor behavior. Managers must weigh every option, from forming a strategic alliance to pursuing a merger, each presenting its own risk, opportunity, and potential effect on performance. When a problem or issue arises, such as economic downturns or operational inefficiencies, strong leadership and timely development of a solution are crucial. Through continuous research, effective marketing, and smart investment, a business can overcome challenges, reduce loss, and enhance its future prospects. So you can see here some of the other nouns from the book that we can use to talk about this topic of strategic management. Okay, so let's have a look at our keyword partnership, and we're going to focus on this word opportunity. Okay, now if you look here, you can see all the most frequent verbs that we use before the noun in the sentence, and the verbs are be on the lookout for. That's a little bit of a long verb phrase, but very, very useful. Be on the lookout for, and don't forget that you need to use the be verb. And then we have wait for. Then we also have be, find, and come across, get, and have. And then here we also have more verbs: grasp, seize, take the opportunity to, take advantage of or exploit, and then we have lose or waste. Now in this column here we have the most frequent adjectives that you can use before opportunity in a sentence, and the adjectives are good, great, excellent, golden, and perfect. A golden opportunity. Unique, rare, or unexpected. And then we have wasted and missed. Okay, now don't forget here we have ed and also ed, so you need to be very careful about the pronunciation. Wasted and missed. Okay, and then if you want to specify what kinds of opportunities, we can use the preposition for plus np, and then we can use to plus v. All right? Right, let's have a look at some example sentences. He came across an unexpected opportunity while he was on a business trip in Holland. He quickly took advantage of it. Okay, another example sentence. I don't want to wait for another opportunity. Let's seize this one. And the final one, if you don't know how to grasp an unexpected opportunity, you will lose it. Okay, so these are some of the other words that we can use with our keyword opportunity. And I hope you will be encouraged to make your own example sentences about the topic of strategic management. Okay, thank you for watching. Hello and welcome to this short little video where we are going to look at some of the words from the 1000 noun book, 1000 business nouns, and we're going to focus on the topic of strategic management, okay? And strategic management is the highest level of management in a company. It's the level of management carried out by people like the CEO, the CFO, the COO, all these C's, okay? So we're going to look at the topic of strategic management. And our keyword today is analysis. Analysis, okay? Make sure you get the pronunciation correct. This is a noun, right? So the pronunciation is analysis. Analysis. 对. Good. Okay, but before we look at analysis, let's have a look at some of the other words that we can use from the book to talk about and write about strategic management. And here you can see all the words from the book. So let's have a look and see what this says. Strategic management is essential for any company aiming to navigate the challenges of a dynamic economy. Through careful analysis and assessment of both internal and external factors, managers develop a strategy to improve business performance and seize opportunities. Whether facing an issue like a market loss or planning a merger or alliance, effective management involves considering every option, conducting thorough research, and engaging in thoughtful negotiation. Marketing strategies, investment decisions, and financial planning must all align to drive growth, increase profit, and address any problem that arises. Ultimately, the goal is to adapt to change, reduce risk, and enhance long-term prospects at every level of development. So these are some of the other words that we can use to create a brief description of what strategic management is. Okay, so let's return to our keyword analysis and let's have a look at how this works. Okay, so if you look in this column here, you can see the most frequent verbs that we use before analysis in a sentence. That means analysis will be the object of these verbs. And the verbs are do, perform, undertake, carry out, or conduct. And they all have the same meaning. Now in this column here we have the most frequent adjectives that we can use with analysis. And we have careful, detailed, ed, don't forget, detailed, in-depth, thorough, and extensive. Then we have preliminary, or brief. Then we have further and more. Now here we have different kinds of analysis. We have statistical analysis, cost-benefit analysis, economic and financial analysis, strategic analysis, and market analysis. And if you want to give more details about what kind of analysis, then you need to use the preposition of. Now these verbs here, these are the verbs that we use after analysis in a sentence. So that means for these verbs, analysis will be the subject of the sentence. Okay, and the verbs are show, and we can use NP or VP, suggest with NP or VP, reveal with NP or VP, and demonstrate with NP or VP. Then we have provide with NP, confirm with NP or VP, indicate NP or indicate that with VP. All right, so let's have a look at some example sentences. The consultant undertook an extensive financial analysis for us. We carried out a brief market analysis and found some interesting results. Yes? Okay, and the last one, further analysis revealed the problem. Okay, so those are the other words that we can use with the word analysis, okay, to talk about strategic management. And I hope that you will take the opportunity to make your own example sentences and create your own texts. All right, good. Thank you for watching.